All across CNY, it's the 315. Here's Brian Higgins.
You know who plays under the Friday night lights? Duke Pettijohn's kid, who's making me feel old. Shout out to Texas high school football. I think we're going to make a very dramatic change here to going from a Texas high school football, the song is playing right now, to an Australian sharpshooter from the women's basketball team, as we're pleased to welcome in Georgia Woolley, whose season is still going on with the WNIT Super 16, they're calling it, on Friday night down in New York City against Columbia. Georgia, welcome in. Congrats on the great season so far. What's this like to still be going this deep into March?
Thank you for having me. It feels great. We've been working hard for this postseason all year. So to be at the Super 16, this game this Friday, is really exciting, and we're really excited for it.
I'm curious because you never know with teams. Like, obviously, you guys want to make the NCAA tournament. Like, that's no secret. But you end up in the WNIT here. What's the level of, I don't know if struggle's the right word, but getting yourself the mindset right to get motivated for this tournament and to make a run in this one too?
We always talk about being where our feet are. So this is where the journey has led us. So just keep going in this tournament and get as far as we can, win as many games as we can. So that's the goal, really. And
have won two already, knocking off Seton Hall, pulling away in that one on earlier this week on Monday night. Now it'll be Friday against Columbia. So here you guys are rolling into this tournament. You personally on a roll. You've had 11 straight games with at least 10 points, many of them more than that. What has your season been like, Georgia? I know you were hurt at the beginning and, kind of off and on throughout the year. What was it like just trying to get your feet wet at Syracuse when I'm sure it didn't start as smoothly as you would have hoped to where you are right now?
Yeah, it was a little challenges at the beginning of the season, but I'm happy where we're at now, happy where I'm at now. Just taking it as every day comes and doing what I can do and being the best I can for the team, really.
And obviously that's been really good of late. You're the second leading scorer on the team right now. Deasia Fair is leading the way, of course. This is your second year playing with Deasia. For those that don't know, Georgia is one of the players that transferred over from Buffalo to play for Felicia again this season. What's it like playing next to Deasia? Because she's going to go out there and she's going to fill it up. What's it like running alongside her out there?
It's great playing with Deasia. Not only can you just learn a lot from her just playing with her and practicing with her, but she's a great player on the court. So she draws a lot of attention. So she finds me and I get open shots. So playing with her last year and now playing with her this year, we have a really good chemistry on the court. So it's exciting.
Georgia Woolley's our guest of the Syracuse women's basketball team, a sophomore this year, and as mentioned, one of the multiple players on this team that came with your head coach from Buffalo. How important was that to you? So Felicia gets the job, I guess it's right around a year ago right now. Was that an auto move for you to follow her here? What was the process like of deciding to play for her for a second time, essentially?
Yeah, I knew straight away that I just wanted to be where Coach Shack was at and keep playing for her. At the end of the day, that's why I came over to Buffalo and America in the first place, was to play under Coach Shack. So the opportunity to continue playing for her at a higher level was a great one, and I took it.
Yeah, I guess, Georgia, Australia to Buffalo, that's a long way. Buffalo to Syracuse is basically nothing, right, in comparison to those two things.
Yeah, just down the road, really.
Yeah, so, obviously you're coming the way from Australia, which is becoming more and more common, I think. Tiana Mogakai was here for years recently. She's from your neck of the woods down in Australia. What is like for the process of coming over for players like you that know you're good enough to play here to make the decision to come over to America to play college ball?
I think a lot of women are starting to come over to play college in America now. The level of basketball in Australia for women and girls is getting so high. So this is a pathway that a lot of people want to take, and a lot more people are starting to take that now. So it's exciting for Australian basketball, and it's exciting for us to be able to come overseas and get an education and play basketball as well.
Do you guys kind of root for each other when you're over here? I know Georgia Amore right now is on Virginia Tech. They're at a number one overall seed in the tournament. Is it a tight-knit community with the Aussies over here, or your country's so big, or you spread out so far you guys don't really know each other?
I mean, I don't know a lot of the people personally, but I just love to see other people from Australia doing great. So seeing Georgia Amor and Virginia Tech doing so well in the tournament and having that one seed, like, I don't know, that feels good to me. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I mentioned, Tiana Mungakayu, who preceded you. I mean, I think she's legitimately 6 or 7 years older than you. You're both from Brisbane. Do you guys know each other at all, or is that age gap like way too large to have interacted with her on any basketball level?
I hadn't known her like before, not long ago, but I met her like literally maybe 2 weeks before I left to go to Buffalo. So she's actually at the same club I play for back in Australia. So that was our first time meeting. So I saw her before I left, and then a couple of times when I went back last year.
Okay, so a little connection here of the Aussies in the history of Syracuse women's basketball. As Georgia Woolley is with us now, and Georgia, take me through this season. Like, obviously, this was not new for a lot of you to be playing for Coach Jack, but it is a step up playing from Buffalo to playing in Syracuse and playing in the ACC. What did you guys notice this year of going through the gauntlet that is the ACC with still 4 teams left in the NCAA tournament, that you guys have to step up your game for that level compared to where you were last year?
Yeah, we obviously knew coming from Buffalo and the MAC that it was going to be a step up. So just prepared ourselves for that, really. But it's been a great challenge. You see how great the ACC is, 8 teams in the NCAA tournament. So it was just an exciting challenge, and I think we proved that we do belong at this level. And it's just fun to see, and it's fun to play, and it's fun to be a part of.
Do you root for the other ACC teams in the tournament, or is that no, they're our rivals, we can't do that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a strong conference, and we were that 9th team in the conference. So seeing really these other teams do so good is great for our conference, and it just shows the strength of it, really.
Georgia Woolley's with us of Syracuse women's basketball. What would it mean to you guys to win this tournament? If you can, I mean, it's still a long way off with the 4 more games to go, but what would it mean to go out and win something like this?
Yeah, of course. It would mean a lot, especially first-year program under Coach Jack, and really a team that just all came from different places. It's exciting, and I think that it means a lot to be able to get to that level and then win that would be amazing.
Can you, Georgia, possibly explain, speaking of Coach Jack, like the energy she puts in a room? It's a very different vibe, I feel, than you get from a lot of other people out there in the basketball world. What is that like, just to be in the same room as her day in and day out?
Coach Jack's amazing. Her energy's amazing. Everyone sees it. The fans love her. We love her. The whole community here at Syracuse loves her. She's just so passionate for the game and her players. So that energy just automatically brings you energy, and anyone that she's really around energy. So she's a great coach, and that's why I'm here, really.
It feels like every time I go on Twitter or Instagram or something, I'm watching her doing literally a song or a dance. Do you have a favorite from the year or from your time with her so far?
A favorite? I don't even know if I could pinpoint a favorite. Coach Jack, she loves to dance. She loves to sing. It's questionable, but she loves to do it. No, I couldn't pinpoint a certain moment, but yeah.
I guess I'll ask you the opposite then, Georgia. You say it's questionable at times. Has any stuck out that you're like, Coach, we might need to pick a different song the next time around?
There's probably definitely been those moments, but Coach Jack just takes it and runs with it and does whatever she's feeling. So it's funny always, and it's always just a good time.
All right, so you guys are back in action on Friday. You'll hit the road tomorrow. I'm sure you've gotten into it a little bit in practice right now, getting ready for Columbia. What should we expect? You can hear the game right here on Friday night with our guy Tim Leonard. What should we expect when we tune into this one on Friday?
It's going to be a great game. They're a good team. We're a great team. So it's going to be exciting. And just the fan base we've had this year has been great. So any fans that can be there, and we just know that there's going to be a great support. So just keep supporting Syracuse women's basketball, and it's going to be a great game.
All right, Georgia. Good luck on Friday. Have you ever been to New York City before? Let me ask you this: as in Australia, heading down to your Columbia, have you been to New York City before, or is this your first trip?
No, this is going to be my first time going to New York City, so it's going to be exciting. Yeah,
All right,
for sure.
Hopefully, you get a little, just a little bit of sightseeing in with the basketball on Friday. But good luck to you this week, and best of luck going forward. Thanks for stopping by today.
Thank you for having me.
That is Georgia Woolley of the Orange women's basketball team. Again, their WNIT journey will continue this upcoming Friday. Tip time down at Columbia will be 7 o'clock. Orange pregame right here on these very airwaves on Friday will be at 6:45 with Tim Leonard. I think he's sitting right over there. I'm pointing just beyond the wall. Tim will be in with us in a little bit to talk about maybe some of that. Maybe the Lax game last night. This program is pro-Australia. Like, if there's any other Australians that want to call in and just talk in an Australian accent about, like, anything at all, we're good on it. We're good on it. We were trying to get an Australian draft analyst on, and we still might talk about Judah. Why? I will believe it. If an Australian tells me that Judah Mintz is a first-round pick, then he's a first-round pick. I will have no follow-up questions. All right, thanks for coming on. Good talk. Let's keep it moving. But yeah, the Orange are now building a very strong Aussie legacy from Tiana to Georgia. Both Brisbane natives, not Melbourne. Tiana once told me that the folks in Melbourne are weird. So thank goodness Georgia's not from there. Don't want that. Got to be from the right part of the country to hang here in the Q's. With that, we'll take a break. We'll talk about another country that's on that side of the world in the grand scheme of life, and what they did on the baseball diamond yesterday when we come back. Isaac Shade from the Locked On College Basketball podcast to follow. That is the plan on the program today. Your phone calls as well at 315-437-7644. That is for ESPN 44. We're back right after this. It is QSportsTalk.com and ESPN Radio.